alert is out, and we'll talk more about that in your full forecast coming up.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Mikhail. Tonight, some big developments on the way for Hotel Aiken. As early as Monday, we could know a developer for the hotel, but people in the area have been kind of torn between preserving part of Aiken's history or progressing towards the future. Now, this is a look at one of many heated hearings back in 2022 leading up to the vote on Project Pascalis. The key of the controversial project was Hotel Aiken. We're showing you renderings of this project that later failed in September of 22. Hotel Aiken was a part of 4 other downtown buildings that would have been demolished. Now, nearly 3 years removed from being destroyed, the question of what happens next still remains unanswered. With that, we bring in your Kennedy Page. He joins us here in the studio with a huge development for Hotel Aiken. You're getting first on News 12. And Kennedy, will the piece of Aiken history remain standing? I guess that's the big question tonight.
Yeah, well, the city says for the most part, yes. Other than the motel section of the property, the main structure will still stand, and the plan is renovation. Out of 6 developers who made an offer, 2 still stand, and the city says the key element of both proposals is still a hotel. It's more than just bricks and beams. Behind the peeled paint is memories.
I had moved back down from New York City, and I was in love with belly dancing, and I had costume, and I was doing anything I could to get a gig belly dancing, and they allowed me to perform in the bar. It was really exciting. They were very nice.
Hotel Aiken once danced with life.
The band was set up, and I remember going there one night with a friend of mine, and we just had the best time. And she's not that much into dancing, but I was just dancing my heart out.
But now it waits.
June of 2023, the city took formal ownership of the property.
Not just for a wrecking ball.
The motel part of the property, which is on east of B Lane at the corner, would be demolished. The remaining balance of the properties, we would expect to see almost all of those adaptively reused or renovated.
For a second chance, which could be right around the corner.
We received 6 offers. That was whittled down to final 2. Now we will see if council is ready to select a firm to begin negotiations with to purchase the property. That could be as early as Monday.
Catherine Ryder says she looks to the Wilcox Hotel as a lesson in what's possible when vision meets will.
I can remember me and my friends riding over to the old abandoned rundown Wilcox and talking about ghosts and monsters and trying to peek through the broken glass and stuff like that. When we left in 73, we didn't know what was going to happen to the Wilcox, but by the time we came back in 1980, it was renovated, it was beautiful.
And her hope is that the walls of Hotel Aiken will soon stop whispering memories and start making them. City Council could begin negotiations with the developer again as early as the next City Council meeting on June 9th. And if City Council says yes, when you walk by Hotel Aiken, it may be more than just echoes.
All right, we will have to see, and we know you'll keep following this story for us, Kennedy, as you have been for a while now. We appreciate your report tonight. Have a good one. All right, President Trump and Elon of Musk's electric vehicle maker Tesla back here at home. Tomorrow, June 6th, is Wear Orange Day, and an evening of remembrance is happening at the Jesse Norman Amphitheater for Gun Violence Awareness Month. It starts at 6 p.m. as families, community leaders, and local officials honor the lives lost to gun violence and support survivors. Richmond County Sheriff Eugene Brantley and Augusta commissioners will speak at this event. Orange is the national honor for gun violence awareness. The free event will have a balloon release and a call to action to end gun violence. News 12 keeps a track of violent crime in our area, and by our numbers, since 2022, we've seen at least 30 deaths of people under the age of 20 in the CSRA. And new tonight, the market in the alley over in Aiken drew quite a crowd this evening. Take a listen. All right, get it. This was the scene this evening over in the alley. Vendors, live music, as you heard there. Guests from Aiken and around the area all enjoying the outdoors tonight. Everything, including restaurants, are in that area. We heard from a tourism supervisor about what the market does for Aiken and for folks considering taking a visit.
The same thing about coming to the alley is that it's very safe, and you can walk, you can park your car and walk to 10 to 15 venues here, and great atmosphere to have for a community the size of Aiken. It's just unbelievable that we have this for tourism.
And the market in the alley is every Thursday throughout the summer until October. Mikhail?
Well, a first alert in effect for your Saturday and Sunday, so I wish I had better news for the weekend, but the good news is that it won't be a complete washout both days. We'll talk about that more coming up next.
At Parker's Kitchen, we go big, like our huge, crunchy, juicy, never frozen chicken tenders with an extra large serving of Parker's signature sauce. At Parker's Kitchen.
First alert weather, where accuracy matters, keeping you alert during severe weather and helping you plan your day. We put our money where our forecast is. Each weekday, our forecasted high is within 3 degrees of the actual high. A local charity gets money in the bank. By being 100% accurate for a full month, over $1,000 went to a single charity. No other Augusta station is on your side the way we are, keeping you ready for anything and putting our accuracy to work.
The First Alert Weather 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by Tough Doctor.
For a fast and easy car buying experience, visit Gerald Jones Honda. Our team is committed to delivering award-winning customer service. We'll help you find the perfect vehicle that exceeds your expectations. From the sleek Accord to the versatile CR-V, every vehicle is built with performance in mind. Plus, our certified technicians deliver dependable and efficient service to keep your vehicle performing at its best. Visit Gerald Jones Honda today or shop online at GeraldJonesHonda.com.
Now, your First Alert weather.
Getting hot with rain chances next week.
All right, and keeping in step with the weekend forecast that calls for rain, this is a good time to download our First Alert Weather app. You can scan the flow code that you see here on your screen. To download the app, you can customize your notifications so you get the weather alerts that you want. And we're on your side tonight with a safety alert for the entire town of Sardis. A boil water advisory is in effect due to a main water break. Tonight, it is unclear how long the boil water advisory will be in place, but we are on your side with advice to stay safe until it is lifted. Anyone in the city should use bottled water or boil their water at a full rolling boil for at least 2 minutes, even if it goes through a water purifier. Do not brush your teeth or drink any water that has not been boiled, and we'll keep you updated on when that advisory is lifted. And within the last hour or so, the scholarship banquet honoring Eric Smalls, a 9-year-old boy killed in a car crash, just wrapped up. Just 10 years ago, the 3rd grader was playing for a traveling basketball team when he and 2 others died after the crash at the intersection of Riverwatch Parkway and Stevens Creek Road. Hard to believe it's already been 10 years. The Eric J. Smalls Memorial Scholarship was established by United Elite Basketball. That's a nonprofit youth basketball organization in memory of Smalls. Tonight, 2 students received $500 scholarships. Usually there's one big scholarship awarded for $1,000, so they decided to split some of that love tonight. We heard from Small's mother and the founder of the nonprofit about tonight's banquet.
As you know, with any mom, I didn't think I'd live 10 minutes after losing my son. But from the support of the community throughout the CSRA, when I lost Eric and the other 2 boys, his friends, everybody just rallied around me and showed so much love. We knew that Eric was
monetary-wise, we raised over $15,000 overall, giving out over $15,000 overall. So that within itself shows growth. And then the people that comes back every single year, I mean, we just keep branching.
That is amazing. And your First Alert meteorologist, Mikhail Hannah Harding, serving as Master of Ceremonies for this cause tonight. And it looks like it has grown over the years. And then tonight, just a swelling of support, seeing as though it's been 10 years already. That's unbelievable.
Definitely. A lot of people that were familiar faces. This is my 3rd year in a row doing it. So I saw some familiar faces, a lot of new faces as well. And with it being year 10, definitely a lot of publicity that surrounded it. But I think it's well Wrdw, and just an honor, awesome thing that they've been able to keep his memory alive, for a decade. And I just am honored to be, asked to be the MC for it for a third year in a row. But an awesome event tonight, and I think the community came out to support Miss Simon, especially in a beautiful way tonight. So
Yeah,
just
and
happy
I know they want us to
to
wrap, but real quick, the way you and Miss Simon connected
Right.
On Facebook 5 years ago, four
Yep.
or 5 years ago, when she saw you first here
Yep.
on News 12, and she reached out to you, and that's how that connection kind of grew.
Yep, and I tell that story every time I host that banquet. So just thankful for her for showing me that love in 2020 and still to this day. But just thankful for that opportunity for tonight.
Indeed, good job serving the community, Mikhail. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, hurricane season is here. Find out how South Carolina leaders are preparing in just a moment. And as we head to break, here's a live look at Pittsburgh and your winning lottery numbers. We'll be right back.
Get more with a crisp at Crystal. Bacon or sausage egg for breakfast or maple chicken all day.
And we are back with a safety alert as South Carolina leaders detail their hurricane preparedness plan now that hurricane season is here. South Carolina leaders urge everyone to get ready now. Governor Henry McMaster joined state leaders today to share the latest on preparations with South Carolinians and what they need to know to be ready. Your State House reporter Mary Green was there and has more from Columbia tonight.
On Thursday, the governor joined state leaders and other partners here in downtown Columbia for the state's annual Hurricane Tabletop exercise. It gives them an opportunity to test and practice the state's emergency operations plan, and it's just one step South Carolina is taking to be ready this hurricane season.
We have experienced these emergencies, and we know we're going to have more. But we are ready, and we just want the people to be ready.
South Carolina leaders emphasize annually that the impacts of hurricanes can and will be felt across the state. That reality was underscored last year with Helene, the deadliest storm in state history.
I am satisfied and confident that we have done important work here today and that we are ready to respond to the citizens as needed this year.
The director of the state's emergency management division, Kim Stenson, says South Carolinians should take 3 important steps to prepare for this year's hurricane season. Prepare their homes, know their evacuation zone if they live in one, and remember their route to evacuate.
If the governor gives an evacuation order, it has been made carefully with critical thought and leadership looking at what's coming and how to protect the state of South Carolina.
But even for people who live away from the coast and likely wouldn't need to evacuate, Stenson says there are precautions they should take right now to be ready for a storm.
We advise everybody, not just for hurricanes, but for every event, that they have a plan. They know what their threats are. If they live in a low-lying area, then they need to consider where they need to go and how they're going to get there. And you also need to be the help until help arrives. So certainly having at least 3 days of food and water available is very critical. Having some means of listening to battery-operated radio or something like that in case the electricity goes out.
And our thanks to Mary Green for that. If people cannot safely remain at home during the storm, state leaders say they're ready to put up as many as 29 evacuation support shelters that can hold up to about 23,000 people. And in Georgia, officials say making a communication plan and having a ready kit prepared are important as well. We have more details about what you need to know to prepare on WRDW.com. Coming up in sports, it's an end of an era and a new beginning for Greenbrier flag football. One of the state's winningest programs in the sport is under new leadership. Alyssa Lyons has it all coming up in sports. Stay close.
Anywhere seems pretty good. Daniel Jordan has pretty much done it all at Greenbrier this week. He said goodbye to girls flag football, the same program he helped build into a GHSA powerhouse. Joe Dorian takes us inside the patching of the torch.
From being the leader of the pack to taking a step back.
That's going to be different, stepping off the field, and I think It hasn't fully hit me yet. I think there's going to be some emotions that come with that.
Instead of winning even more state championships at Greenbrier, Daniel Jordan will become Greenbrier Middle School's next assistant principal.
Moving into a different role in administration, I still think it's part of a team. Hopefully those are qualities that will help me be successful in that role. But no doubt, I mean, I'll miss being on the field.
Jordan leaves behind his Greenbrier coaching career having won the area's first state title in flag and repeating the year after. Winning didn't stop on the gridiron. On the links, he helped bring home the Pac's first girls golf title as an assistant.
I've gotten to chase everything that I wanted.
So now it's time to pass along the whistle, or maybe just buy the defensive coordinator a new one.
It's kind of a humbling experience. I know what our vision was from the get-go, and I was there with them from the beginning. The groundwork, our team camp, our kids camp, and just kind of what our culture is. I don't want to see somebody else come in and change what we've built.
Now James Smith gets the opportunity to carry on the championship standard.
Well, under their leadership, Greenbrier Flag became the first Division II program to win multiple titles in this sport. This week marked the first Jacks baseball camp in their renovated facilities. More than 60 kids showed up. Fundamentals, scrimmages, you know it. Hey, a few friends were made too.
It's like kind of fun, like you can meet new friends and like you can play with them, hang out, and it's not just like you're friends with them here, like you can be friends with them like for the rest of your life now.
All of our players do the coaching, so they get to interact with the guys. It wasn't too long ago those guys were playing at kids camp and doing all that, so our guys really enjoy it. We got 6 local guys from the CSRA that just stay, they're in town for the summer and they come back and they help out, and it's a lot of fun.
Over to the Flats, Georgia Tech has officially promoted an associate